Daddy was a builder and a carpenter by trade. Our house was filled with furniture, things that he had made. He hammered out a living, he measured out a life, taking care of his children and his wife. 6 days out of 7, he was up before the dawn, and soon you'd hear him working with his hammer and his saw. He was just a simple countryman, hard-working, kind and good, but he was at his best with his hands in wood. With his hands in wood, he gave it all he had, never turning back when the times got bad. He was a living example, and we understood that he was at his best with his hands in wood. I remember when we got the word a neighbor's house burned down. He didn't hesitate, he loaded up and went to town. Gave them all the furniture that he built to sell. Then he offered up a prayer and wished them well. I've seen him build a cradle where his grandchild would lay. He built a church and altar and would not accept their pay. And he built a strong foundation where our family has stood, 'cause he was at his best with his hands in wood. With his hands in wood, he gave it all he had, never turning back when the times got bad. He was a living example, and we understood that he was at his best with his hands in wood. And he told me all about the greatest carpenter of all, who laid down his hammer to answer a higher call. But they thought he was a rebel, he was so misunderstood, and they crucified him with his hands in wood. With his hands in wood, he gave it all he had, never turning back when the times got bad. He was a living example, and we understood that he was at his best, never giving any less. He was at his best with his hands in wood.
What gift of grace is Jesus my Redeemer? There is no more for heaven now to give. He is my joy, my righteousness and freedom, my steadfast love, my deep and boundless peace. To this